Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here. So today we're going to have a look at this Dremel accessory. What's good about it, what's bad about it, do you really need it, all those kind of things. Let's have a quick look at this. Now you might have seen my previous video where I carved this wizard. Now I really think this accessory comes into its own when you're putting in a really thin, deep cuts into the wood, and it really kind of makes a real nice cut in between the hair and the face and sort of underneath that mustache and the hair. So that's what I really use this for, and definitely this would be my favorite use for this Dremel accessory. Now let's have a quick look at how this cuts. So I've got it going at about 25 RPM, and it generally cuts really well in a straight line. This is plywood, but you can also use that action there. Now I'm going to put in a caveat a little bit later on something that I don't quite like about this accessory, but you can see it cuts quite well going sideways. Now let's try it in a piece of hardwood. Now I've been carving this in my YouTube members channel, so check that out if you want to become a member. Now it is Jara, which is a pretty hard wood, so I'm just going to do a straight line along here. Now the top is going to be a little bit fragile, but I am going to go quite deep into it, so you can sort of hear it. Now I would probably recommend, if you're really pushing this accessory, to actually have it on the body of the actual Dremel and not on the flex shaft. Now we are carving an oak here, and I'm just doing a side by side with the Kutzall Flame Burr, the Extreme one, just to give you sort of like a general sense on how fast it cuts. Now as you can see, I have had this for about a year. Still cuts pretty well, as you saw in the video, and it goes onto the easy lock on the Dremel, so you just pull that back like that, align that, and then turn it 90 degrees and then release it, and it will lock into place. Now I mentioned before that there is a little bit of a caveat with this accessory, and it comes because of the easy lock. It's not exactly secure in there, so you can sort of see there's a little bit of play there. Now I haven't come across any problems because I generally go in a straight line, but if you're pulling it sideways when it's spinning around, does it have the potential to come off? I can't really say because I haven't really pushed it to its complete limits, and I don't really want to either. Okay, so let's give that sideways movement a little bit of a test. So I've put a face shield on and I'm right off to the side of it, so hopefully if it does break, it's not going to get me. So here we go. We're going to try first out in plywood and then try some hardwood. Okay, so this is the plywood, and I'm just pulling it sideways through the wood, and it looks like it may be moving a fraction but not too much. That wasn't too bad. Goes through the wood quite nicely. But let's try that in oak now, and oak's going to be a different story. You can already see it. It's sort of like leaning over. I'm just sort of like pushing it backwards and forwards just to sort of show you that it's moving on that easy lock. Now I'm not going to push it till it breaks. I don't really want to do that or risk myself. Now I have used it on a few beard hairs, but the problem is it's quite big, so you can't really put in those S-bends, but it is good for sort of like cutting out little bits and pieces that you kind of want to, sort of like in between the mustache and the beard there. I just put a little bit of a gap. Now I probably wouldn't recommend this for a beginner carver, but definitely it has its place, but you've just really got to be aware that you don't want to put on too much side pressure onto it. What I would recommend for beginner carvers is sort of something very similar, and they're called T-shaped burrs. They're diamond burrs. They're not going to have the cutting ability, but really for these kind of beard hairs are really good for that. And also, talking of beard hairs, another good burr for that is the bowl-shaped burr, just because it sort of has that angle in there. It's sort of like a chisel that's going into the wood. Now, I'm going to leave a few links there to videos for these burrs that I've just shown you here. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. If you could hit that like or leave a comment, that would be awesome as well. Okay, take it easy, everybody. See ya.